So today, and welcome back. Today I'm going to speak about, this is a long title by the way, 5 secret stems of confidence to attract love. Now, these stems I'm talking about the confidence, are the actual stems of the confidence which confidence sit on. And if you look at these stems and the meanings and the words and what comes from it, they will help you to identify where you are about attracting love or maintaining love in that sense. Now, again, as I say, this is not just about relationships. This is about relationships, but not just about finding a partner, but this is about maintaining friendships and relationships. So I'll see you after the intro and let's get into it. So welcome back. My name is Jay. I'm from Karnak Holistics, where we learn together and we grow together in the sight of God. And as I said earlier at the beginning of the intro, I wanted to talk about the secret stems of confidence to be attracting love. And I just want to put a terms and conditions, a TC on that, to say it's also about maintaining love, because you can use some of these to maintain the relationships that you have. And as I said earlier, this is about not just finding love, but it's also about if you're in love already, or friendships or family. This is all brought together in conference. Everything I wanted to add into this in order not to just be specific about love, but a lot of it's moduled into love. So let's get into this. Before I start, I just want to just say, can you like, share and subscribe, because I keep forgetting the channel. And it's growing, which I'd love to see. Obviously, the message is getting out there. I've got a lot of good feedback, which is nice to see. So thank you so much. You've been all your messages that you've sent to me, and I'll respond as much as I can, soon as I can as well. What I'm doing a lot more videos based around love and attraction, purely because it's what I'm going through at the moment. But also I'm keeping the spiritual part of it. So someone messaged me and asked me, am I going to be doing any reading videos, as in like 5 cards and stuff. I goes, yeah, I'll be doing that this week, so hold on to your lug nuts. I'll be doing that shortly, don't worry. I've not forgotten, and I haven't dropped the ball, but I wanted you to kind of say that this is specifically where I'm at. And as I said in most of my videos, that I talk about what I experienced and what I've been through, so or what I've seen or people have told me. So let's just jump into it. So the first one, I won't put them into numbers. I'll just talk about what I just put titles, and I won't put them as numbers because I don't think it's really relevant. I just want to just talk about the actual particular actual topic or the heading. So the first one I want to speak about is you got to be centered. Now, everyone, when I talk to people and they say to me, what do you mean I got to be centered? I struggled with this a lot. I really didn't really understand what the hell this means. And I was talking to my therapist about this, and they were saying it's about, you need to be centered. You need to be the center of your own world. And when you have the center of your own world, and I've touched on my last video, is where you have to be the star of your own movie. When you're the star of your own movie, then you attract others. Now, think about this, right? You want to attract somebody you want to be with somebody, let's say friends or a relationship. Now, if it was you and you was out and you saw somebody, and they were in a group and you saw them and they were miserable as sin, no matter how good looking they were, their face was like thunder, would you approach them? Highly unlikely. And I've seen one of my friends literally go up to a girl and say, what actually happened, you know? And then they'll be like, what? Why'd you look so upset? And she'll be like, I'm not upset, I'm fine. So there you go. But no matter what you look like, and again, it doesn't matter what you look like, because we're all beautiful. if you're smiling and joking, you'd be surprised what happens and how many people want to be in your universe or in your circle of trust. Like on Friday, I had my work Christmas party, so we went out, and they just made me laugh. I was just cracking up, and it was so funny. But I noticed there was a few people in there that were like looking at me, and like when I looked over, they were like smile back, and one of them was actually with her boyfriend, and that was interesting. But when I left, and I went back, I sent them back to my car, I was actually approached, and they were talking to me, said like, I noticed you in a bar, I met you in a restaurant, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yeah. And they go, you look like you're happy-go-lucky. Oh, yeah, it is what it is, right? Sort the numbers and just grew from there, really. And nothing, it's just gonna, I don't know, see how it goes. I'm not really putting my eggs in one basket, it's just about growing. I'm being my center of my world. And people say to me, what are you doing for Christmas? I don't bloody know what I'm doing for Christmas. Christmas is just not just another day. I don't mean it is that it's not relevant. It is relevant. What I'm saying is that I'm not going to have this big guilt trip on anybody, because as I said, that if I was relevant, I'll be on a list to be with people. So it doesn't matter. They can have their own life. That's down to them. But next year is I'm putting myself first above everybody else. And if they don't like it, tough. That's where I'm going to be I'm going to be the center of my world. Because though it was with my ex Candy, she was the center of my world, and she came first. Even to a point for my own children, which was really stupid of me. And again, we split. And you know what? I don't really I went for a period of time where I thought I really hated her, but I actually don't. I've just moved on, and I'm just in a better space within myself that I really don't want nothing to do with her, or any ex that I'm with. My relationship with my kid's mum is totally different, because obviously there's connections there to do with the children, but there is no reason for me to be in any connection with any of them. So this is what I'm saying about your center of your world, because you don't drag your old shit into your new shit, your new relationship, because that's not fair when the new person that you're going to meet, or having a best friend and then you meet another best friend, it's not like they should get on, but be mindful who they were. I got one friend that can't stand some of my friends. Couldn't give a fuck, right? If they don't like it, they could just jog on, because I'm not adjusted my life because you're got an attitude, yeah. And it's like I have loads of friends. I have not loads of friends, but I got 3 really, really, really close friends that I will confide in, that pretty much know a lot about me, probably more than anything else, more than anybody, more than my own family, and they've been through the dark times, but one person kept on complaining about one of them, and I told them straight, I said, shut the hell up, because they're family to me and you're nothing to me, and my center of my world is the people. Look at the planet, look at Earth, right? Earth is a magnetic energy, so the planets are pulled towards Earth. The energy comes from Earth. The moon affects the planet. That's what you are. You are magnetic energy, spiritually and humanistically. You are magnetic energy. What you give out is what you're going to receive back. Again, law of attraction. Despite what anybody says about it, can't give a rat's ass. It is what it is. Whether you believe in faith, law of attraction, love, or anything else, or psychology, you are what you put out there, and it's deemed worthy through metaphysics, and that's a science. The other point is, don't be needy. Again, that goes back to you being, if you're desperate, you're going to get desperate people. You're going to get desperate friends, desperate relationships, desperate people. You're just going to get those. And I went through that stage, and all I met was just people who took the fucking piss. And I was like, no, I'm going to shift my energy to say, look, I want to be in a better state because I deserve better. That's the other point. I haven't put here, but I want to add that onto the needy bit, that you are worthy. Yeah, you are worthy of having the best. It's when you look, I keep talking about permission, and I think I mentioned it later on, but it's like you trying to get permission from people that if you like someone, let's talk about relationships. If you meet somebody and you like them, and others going, oh, well, I wouldn't necessarily go out with them. Fuck them. It's you wouldn't necessarily go out with the person they want to go out with. The amount of times people have said to me that whoever I would be dating and goes, oh, that's not, I wouldn't expect you to be with that somebody like that, or I don't think they suit you, or I don't think they're the right person for you. Am I asking your opinion? I'm just saying to you, this is who I'm with. I don't want your validation. If I did, I'd ask you, and even with that, I'll just take it with a pinch of salt to that degree, because obviously I'm the one you're going to be with, or they're going to be with. And the same with what you do when you go to people, when you try and seek permission, because you probably find if you listen to them and they don't give you what you expect, and if you do listen to them and then you let that person go, you're going to be kicking yourself about it, because you never know if that person was meant to be the one that's meant to be with you. So be mindful of what you do. So I just wanted to mute my mic up a bit more, because I was just paranoid that it won't come clear to you guys. So anyway, moving on. We're not about needy, about seeking validation from people, which I mentioned earlier. Having value within yourself, that what you see, believe and receive is what you want and not what everybody else wants. Because this is about you. That person will fall in love with you, and they will let them fall in love with that energy that is happy, not the energy that is seeking approval from other people. Because you find that you will put on this armor, or this, we all seem to have an act for about 3 months when we date somebody, and then after 3 months it starts chipping away, and then everyone goes, you're not the same person I met, and then it just goes down and it goes pear-shaped. So when you meet me, I am who I am, and pretty much don't give a rat's ass what you think of me, to be fair. So whenever I'm dating, because I've come into my own self and I've owned my own stuff with my own self, I have about 2 dates a week. So, and I cancel and I put off 3 or 4, because specifically these people, I'm like trying to mainly, it's dates where we're dates but friends, but predominantly it is what it is. But when I was needy, I was getting like 1 date a month, you know. It was like barren. You see the bloody tumbleweed just blowing in the wind. So now it's like, it's essentially when I'm with them, it's like they ring, they call, and they want to be there. And I'm almost like, I'm not committing, you know, I'm not ready to commit for a while, you know. So yeah, it is what it is. Sorry. So, for example, when you're single and you want to find the right person, remember to just be you. Just remember that. Don't try and shift it. The other point I want to mention as well is don't be ashamed to be yourself. And I know I mentioned this a bit slightly earlier, but I wanted to put another addition on it, because when you are living your best truth and you are talking from a place of self, and you own your own self, your own stuff that you want, you pull in the actual energies that will help you grow to the next level. Yeah, but if you're constantly trying to get these permissions from these people, you're going to be totally stuck all the time, because these people are just holding you and keeping you in that space. So you be mindful that if you're not being your a good version of yourself, your true self, that these people around you are going to be holding you kind of like by the balls, that you won't be able to move forward and you're going to struggle. The other point I want to mention is prioritize your own needs. I want to say be selfish, but it's not selfish where you say BS everybody else, and it's just about you. This is about prioritizing what your needs are. And it's like, I'm talking to a friend of mine whose children don't like their partner, And I said, but do you like them? Do you like this partner? I said, yeah. Your kids are grown up. Your kids are growing up and they've got their own partners. They got their own shit going on. Is this person negative? Is this person really bad with you? No, they're not. They're actually a really nice guy. And the kids are just spoiled brats, to be fair, and it's just like nothing will. I just goes, they'll grow. They'll just grow in them. It's just them, and I think they need to let that go because this happened a while ago, and now everything's all cool, and they realised that they were being spoiled, and it was pretty much tough for them all round because my friend was really liking this person, and not that they liked him even more because the kids didn't like him. They actually said, I think this is the one, and they're still together, which is really good, and the partner gets on well with the kids now. If anything, the kids were feeling like, shoot, we would have missed out on something so great because this person really steps up and really puts the kids first, and because they don't have children themselves, so they are aware of that their partners, kids. So that's what's really important. So just remember that as well. Don't just assume things are going to be a certain way all the time because what other people are like. I want to say set boundaries. Now you're thinking set boundaries, and I'm saying don't get cones out and start putting them around you. That's not what I'm saying. Well, you need to set boundaries. You need to, when I talk about the wish list, don't be so, in some ways be really to the point about who you want, but don't be so overruling that others may be close to. So say if you have 5 points of who you want to date somebody and you want these characteristics in: nice smile, loving, caring, loyal, likes to own business, whatever, and you find they've only got 4, don't write them off. And I have so many friends that do that. It's unreal. And I'm like, what the hell? And I go, you know what? Those 5 points is probably a potential for where they're going to. So I go, don't just write them off because they don't have it right now, because you don't have what they're looking for right now, but they just accept that you're like even 3/4 of the way there or even one away, but you have other qualities that you didn't realize that you had. And a lot of friends told me, I got one good friend who he was constantly having this list and these girls wasn't making the list. And I was going, you need to adjust that list. And because he was like adjusting, he was like between men and women, and it's very different. So I said, well, at the end of the day, these people are different to how they're going to be. Everyone's not the same, whether they're straight or gay or whether they're female or male. So what you need to look at is what it is that you're looking and why you're rejecting certain people, because he probably finds that you're rejecting them because they're too close to you, and you probably don't want them to be knowing you. And that's the other aspect I want to talk about is setting your boundaries. You need to be prepared that these people are going to get to know you. And everyone's saying, yeah, but that's what I want. Oh my days, the amount of times I have people I know complain into 6 months down the line going, oh my gosh, I ain't got it. I feel really claustrophobic. I like the person knows too much about me. But 6 months ago, you were complaining that you wanted somebody to really understand you. So get your priorities right, and then that's what was specifically important. I wanted to kind of be aware of that you may do, that you may not be aware that you do, if that makes sense. So, the other point I'm going to make is be at peace with yourself. Be at peace with, sit in peace, man. Have fun. Sorry, have fun. This is, when I go out on dates, when I go and meet people, I go out as mates. We go out, even if it doesn't turn into a relationship or a relationship, it just remains as friends. It's really good because you have that energy. You're going out to spend time with this new energy, and they may come down a relationship line, but may just come as a relationship line, but maybe a really good friend. And the amount of friends got two friends actually who I actually met on date sites. Does that make sense? Date sites years ago. I'm talking about a good 9 years ago, and we still friends now, and they are one of my closest friends. So I don't cuff your nose to spite your face. Be mindful. Be at peace. When I say be at peace with these certain things as well. I'm going to name a few examples, and I'm going to talk a bit about them because they are really important. Like some of the things, boundaries and issues I know people struggle with. Your body, your color, your gender, and learn to express yourself. Don't repress yourself. So let's look at your body. Be at peace with who you are, what your body is, what God's given you right now. Don't apologize for if you're carrying a bit extra load. And I'm mindful that when I meet people, I'm going, I'm not slim, I'm not big, but I'm training, but I don't hate my body. I don't hate me. There's certain aspects of it I just want to change. That's different from hating it. But some people literally is going, oh, I don't like my chest, I don't like my back, I don't like this. And I have one friend constantly going about their stomach, and he's going, oh, I want a six pack, And I goes, you're almost putting out there that you won't get it. No matter how much you train, you probably won't get it because you're so desperate to get it. But you won't get it if you're constantly eating McDonald's, that's one thing. But it's like, yeah, be mindful of that you are in love with your body. I'm not saying you shouldn't change it, but be mindful that this person's going to be attracted to your body, and because that's what they see first of all. Obviously, whether you're clothed or naked. Your color. I know this is me thinking, why am I mentioning this about being at peace with it? Being at peace with that, whether you're black, white, Chinese, Indian, whatever. Be at peace with your color of your skin, and you may be a black person who only dated black people and then fall in love with a white person, but you were again, well, I don't date white people. You may say that to yourself, but at the end of the day, it's who you are attracted to that is important. You may be a white person that only dates black people, but find that you like this person that you fall for may be white. And so on and so forth. I know so many people that won't even go there because of the color. I'm not saying some people are sexually only attracted to certain colors, and that's another kettle of fish. That's not what I'm talking about. But what I'm talking about is not, if you're open to it, don't just say that so I know one friend of mine, he only dates black or white, but yet he always gets approached by Indian men as a guy, Indian men, and I'm like, and he goes, why is this? And it goes, maybe because you probably secretly do like Indian men, because if you think about it, they are in between the two colors. They got the lighter skin than the black person, and a darker skin than the white. And it goes, try it. And I think he was more annoyed at cultural wise, and he may feel there may be issues there because of that. And but I goes, things have changed a lot now, and I know so many people who are bi, straight, gay, and so on, who are dating, and the cultural aspects have shifted a lot. So yeah, that is what I want to talk about. The secret stems of confidence to be attracting love. But I want to end on Madonna's quote of our beautiful Human Nature song. Express yourself, don't repress yourself. That's so important. As I close my book, I'm going to say adios and stay safe, stay blessed, and may God bless you and keep you safe. Look after yourself and others, and I'll see you in the next video. Namaste.